We'll get started shortly. Go ahead and grab your blocks today if you have them. I'll try to be more intentional about showing you guys how to use your blocks for support. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be a little bit different, but the same for today's practice. So get ready to have some fun. Hello, hello, good morning. Good morning, Yogi. All right. Good morning. We're going to come today, start off in child's pose. So go ahead and come onto your mat, big toes together, knees wide. You can tuck a blanket in between your thighs and your glutes if that helps to support, you know, and just making that space between your glutes and your heels a little bit closer. Otherwise, go ahead and lengthen your arms above you. And take a couple of nice cleansing breaths here and allow your body to just settle in. Take a few breaths here. Breathe in, breathe out. In child's pose. And then start to notice your breath. Take a big breath in through the nose. And a slow exhale out. Allowing yourself to sink deeper into this mat. Spread your fingers wide and feel the earth moving up to meet your palms, your forehead, supporting you in all ways possible. Breathe in, feel your heart lift, and a long exhale out, sinking down. On your next inhale, gently come up to all fours in tabletop. Stack your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees hip width apart, spread the fingers wide, and then go ahead and drop your belly, raise the tailbone, gaze up into your cow pose here. Breathe in, widen your collarbone. And as you exhale, go ahead and chin to chest, doming that spine, tucking your tailbone, keeping your arms lengthened, pressing down to the earth. Inhale, back to cow. And exhale into cat. 3 more times like this. Inhale, big breath in, stretch your neck, your throat, and exhale. Inhale, full breath, and exhale. One more time, big breath in, drop your belly, raise the tailbone, gaze up, stretch your throat, widen your shoulder blades here. And then exhale, chin to chest, doming that spine. Inhale to neutral tabletop and go ahead and just circle your whole body here. Breathing in as you move forward, releasing as you shift back into clockwise rotation here. Inhale to center and go ahead and counterclockwise shift. Inhale as you move forward, exhale as you move back. And just taking notice. Check in with your body. How do you feel right now? How is your breath? What sensations do you feel in your body as you move with intention? Go ahead, inhale to center. Tuck your tailbone, tuck your toes, and come all the way into a high plank. And then push yourself into downward dog. Take a big breath in. And open mouth side out. Inhale, glide into your high plank here. Release the knees down, draw the elbows, and then hug them in as you lower all the way to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra here, heart forward. And release, press down, and come back into your downward dog. Take another breath in. Breath out. Inhale, float your heels high. Bend the knees, look forward, and gently walk your feet towards your hands into a forward fold here. Using your blocks if you have them available. Bring yourself to halfway lift here. And then go ahead and hold forward fold again. Grab opposite elbows and just sway side to side here in ragdoll. Take another big breath in, and as you exhale, sink a little bit deeper into this fold here. On your next inhale, go ahead, root down and slowly rise all the way up. Big breath in, lengthen and stretch. Gaze up, and then bring your palm down to heart center. Let's go ahead and interlace your hands and point your fingers up. Inhale, reach up. Stretch here. And as you exhale, go ahead and dive over to the right side, hip to the left. Draw your gaze up into crescent moon here. Breathe. Exhale, hold. Go ahead and inhale back to center. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, draw your hips to the right. Dive over to the left. Breathe here. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. And as you exhale, go ahead and bring your hands behind your low back into your sacrum here. Inhale, lift the heart. And as you exhale, slowly draw your hips forward and give yourself a slight back bend, supporting your back with your hand. If you want more intensity, go ahead and try to draw your elbows back together. Breathe in. And as you exhale, come straight to center. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hinge forward. Allow your hands to guide down your hamstrings all the way to your calves into a forward fold here. Let's go ahead and inhale, press up to halfway lift. Hands can be on your block or on your shin. Lengthen your forehead forward, heart forward. And then go ahead, slowly plant your palms and step back into your high plank. Release the knees down and let's lower all the way onto your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Draw your elbows in, hug them in, heart forward. And then go ahead, press yourself back up into a downward dog. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Inhale, float your right leg behind you. Exhale, step through, release the back knee down. Using your block for your left hand, optional. Go ahead and twist, reach your right arm up towards the sky. If you want more heat, go ahead and float that left knee off the air, off the mat, into the air, into a twist here. One more big breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and plant your palms down, step back into your high plank and flow through your chaturanga. Yogi's choice, you can release the knees and then lower, up to you. Press up into cobra, lengthen the arms. Optional to press down on the tops of your feet and flow into upward dog. And then we exhale and release into downward dog. Inhale, flip your left leg behind you. Exhale, step through, release the back knee down. Again, reach into a twist here. For more heat, tuck your back toe and lift that right knee off the floor. Breathe here. And then exhale, release, plant the palms and flow through your chaturanga here. All the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. And go ahead, downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg behind you. Exhale, step through, and we're gonna float all the way up into crescent, high crescent lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, spin the back foot down, open up into your warrior two. Gaze down your right fingertips. Breathe here, inhale, lift. And as you exhale, right forearm to right thigh, lengthen the left arm over into extended side angle. Hold here and take notice. Root down through that right foot. How do you feel? Do you feel stable and supported? Breathe here. And exhale into reverse warrior. Back arm down, reach up with your right, high up towards the sky. Lengthen that side body. Breathe in, and then go ahead and cartwheel your hands. Flow through your high plank to low plank. Option to release the knees and then lower. Inhale, press up to cobra. or upward dog. And we exhale into downward dog. Inhale, float your left leg behind you. Exhale, step through and float up into your crescent. High lunge here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, stay. Inhale, reach up. Pivot the back foot down, open up into warrior two. Draw your gaze down your left hand. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. Exhale, stay rooted and grounded. Inhale, lengthen and go ahead and left forearm onto the left quad. Lengthen your right arm over your right ear. Draw your right shoulders up and back and hold. Breathe here. Now, how does this side? Take notice, feel. How does your left foot feel against the earth? Breathe into the front body. Exhale there. One more inhale, back to warrior to reverse warrior here. Inhale, stay. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands and flow through your chaturanga, high plank to low plank. Upward dog or cobra, heart forward, and exhale, downward dog. One breath, one movement. Here we go. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, step through crescent. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, spin the back foot down, warrior two. Inhale, extend the side angle. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale and exhale, cartwheel your arms and flow through vinyasa, high to low. And exhale into downward dog. Inhale, float your left leg up. Exhale, step through high lunge here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pivot into warrior two. Inhale, exhale, forearm to thigh, and then go into extend the side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then exhale, spin your cartwheel your hands and flow through your chaturanga, high to low. Heart forward, beautiful. And we exhale. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, step through. Release and back knee down. Bring your right hand inside that right foot and just heel toe that right foot slightly out. Bring your right hand to your right knee and just hold it here for a moment. Breathe in, breathe out. On your next inhale, just draw your gaze over your right shoulder and hold it here. If you want some intensity or a stretch, lengthen your right arm out, trace the rainbow, bend the left knee in and catch the left foot into a quad stretch here. Draw your gaze, final twist at the same time, breathe in, and as you release, soften into that left hip flexor. One more breath in, and when you release, slowly plant your hand, framing that right foot, so heel toe that right foot forward. Inhale, come into your low lunge. And exhale, hinge forward, bring the palms together, down into prayer, and then we twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. For more intensity, tuck the back toe and lift your left knee off the floor. Breathe here. Feel that right foot rooting down through the earth. One more breath in. And then slowly exhale, release. Plant your palms, step back to high plank, and flow through your vinyasa, chaturanga here. Breathe through it. Downward dog. Inhale, float your left leg behind you. Exhale, step through. Release the back knee down and heel toe that left foot out. Bring your left hand inside. Hold here into lizard. Breathe into that right hip flexor. Soften your shoulders. Inhale, reach your left arm forward. And then tracing that rainbow. You can hold it here, or you can bend that right leg and catch that right foot into a quad stretch here. Soften into that right hip flexor. Breathe in, relax your face, and draw your gaze over your left shoulder. Final twist here as well. And just take notice, how do this feel? Are you breathing? One more breath in. And then slowly release, bring your hand back to the mat, heel toe that left foot, framing it with your hand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, bring the palms together down to prayer to your heart, and then prayer twist to the left side, right elbow to the outside of left knee. For more intensity, go ahead and float that back leg up. Beautiful. Press against your palm, draw your gaze behind you, breathe in, breathe out. One more breath in, and then slowly release, plant your palm, and one last chaturanga here, high to low. Again, you can release the knees down as you lower. Inhale to cobra or upward dog, heart forward. And then we exhale into downward dog. Take a big breath in. And a slower exhale out. Inhale, walk your feet towards your hands into a forward fold here. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen that spine forward. Exhale, fold again, and this time bending the knees, sink your hips back so that your toes lift up, and then tuck your hands underneath your feet, palm facing up, like a gorilla pose. And try to lengthen your legs here, giving yourself a nice stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften into the pose. On your next inhale, slowly bring your hands out from underneath, and then root down and rise all the way up. High mountain, lengthen and stretch. Oh, and then bring the palms down to heart center, mountain pose. Release. Inhale, float your hands up in front of you, palm facing down. Exhale, sink down into chair pose here. Draw your hips back, shoulder blades behind you together. Breathe in. And then we root down and rise up. Lengthen and stretch, opening up our body, and bring the palms down. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring the palms again, arms forward to the horizon, palm facing down. Inhale, come onto your tippy toes and rise up. Lengthen and stretch. And as you exhale, staying on your tippy toes, slowly bring the palms, your arms to forward, and then sink back into your chair pose here. Let it shake, let it wobble, and hold here. Breathe into it. Try to lift your heart at the same time. Open up that front body. One more full breath. Exhale here, hold. And then inhale, reach up and rise all the way up. And then sink your heel down. Bring the palms and release. Exhale here. Slowly bring your feet closer together. Inhale, reach your arms up. And as you exhale, sweep your right arm underneath your left into a cross here. And then if you can bring the backs of your hands together or bring the palms together into eagle arms. Inhale, draw the elbows up, spread. Feel the spreading of your shoulder blades behind you apart. Breathe into that backside. Move your hand away from you. Go ahead and bend at the knees. And then rooting down through that left foot, reach, float your right leg up, and then cross it over the left knee. Eagle pose here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now can you lift your chest a little bit higher? Coming up. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath in. And then slowly inhale, root down. And exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. This time, sweep the left arm underneath the right. Eagle arms here. Inhale, reach your elbows up towards the sky. Feel your shoulder blades behind you, spreading apart, creating space. Bend the knees, and then go ahead, cross the left leg over to the right. Hook it, and hold your eagle pose here. Can you draw yourself up? Pretend there's a wall behind you and try to lean back against the wall, holding here. One more full breath. And then slowly inhale, root down, rise up. Exhale, release. Inhale, the arms wide. And then exhale, release them next to you. Mountain tree pose. Bring your root down through your left foot and bring your right foot to your left ankle. Holding here. For more intensity, slowly move it up to your shin. And for higher intensity, bring that right sole inside of that left thigh. Your hands can be in prayer, holding here, rooting down through that left foot. Or you can slowly grow your branches here. Soften your shoulder blades down behind you, engaging your core. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. And as you exhale, slowly bring your palms together and release that right foot down back to mountain pose. Root down through your right foot. Bring that left foot to that right ankle. Stabilize. Feel yourself grounded and anchored. And then slowly adding more intensity to move and shift your foot up. Check in with yourself. Where are you today? What is going to work for you? Your hands can be in prayer. Take a breath here. Or you can start to grow your branches and lengthen. And if you shake and you wobble, that is all part of being a tree, as long as you continue to root down and anchor yourself. No matter what wind or what weather conditions, it is not going to wave, it's not going to topple you over, right? Rooting down, breathe here. One more breath in. And then slowly bring the palms together, down to our center, and exhale, release. Go ahead and step your right foot back, and then turn to the right side to long edge of the mat. So your feet now are parallel and toes pointed towards the long end of your mat. Make sure your feet is wider than hip width. Bring your hands behind your low back. Take a breath in, lengthen. And as you exhale, hinging at the hips, come forward all the way down. Let your head hang all the way down. And then release your hands onto the floor here into forward fold here. Take a breath in, and really, as you release, let gravity take hold and just hang out here for a moment. And slowly inhale, come to halfway lift, lengthen, draw your heart forward. Breathe here. And then forward fold once more. Go ahead and bring your hands back to your sacrum, low back, and then root down and rise up. Inhale, lengthen your arms straight out. And then pivot your right foot so the right toes are pointed towards the short end of your mat. You can grab a block here if it's helpful. And then go ahead, draw your hips to the left as you reach over to the right. And then go ahead, release into your triangle pose here. Place your left hand onto your waist. And then draw that elbow up and back. If you have space, lengthen that top arm up into triangle. Rooting down to that right toe mound here, breathe here. And then go ahead, rooting down, slightly bending in that right knee. Inhale, grabbing your block, transferring it. Pivot your right foot to face the long end, and then pivot your left foot to face the short end. And then go ahead, reach to the left side, and exhale down into triangle pose here. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more breath in. And then go ahead, slowly root down, rise all the way up. Bring your block to the middle, and then go ahead, pivot, come back into your forward fold here again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, root down. Bring your hands back to your low back, and then slowly come all the way up. And then heel toe your feet together, and then let's go ahead and face the front of your mat again. Exhale, release. Inhale, step your left foot back, your left leg back. Pivot, so it's kind of like a warrior one here. Keep that front leg straight. Bring your hands to your low back, and then we're gonna hinge forward into pyramid pose here. So your back foot is down at an ankle. And then slowly, using your block, again, optional, plant your left palm down. And then draw your right elbow and hip and shoulder up into a twist. So your left hand is down on the floor or on the block. If you want more intensity, reach that top arm up towards the sky into a revolved triangle here and breathe. One more breath in. And then slowly go ahead and release. bring your hands back to your low back and then come all the way up. Pivot onto the toes of that back foot, rebend the front leg. Inhale and float into your warrior three here. You can airplane the arms. Breathe here. One more full breath. And as you exhale, go ahead. Bring that left foot to meet the right into mountain pose. Inhale, reach and stretch. And exhale, release. Step your right leg back, pivot it down. Lengthen the front leg and bring your hands back to your low back area. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward into your pyramid pose here. Breathe into it. Root down through that left toe. Do you notice that it's trying to come up? Kind of root down into it. And see if you can slightly do a micro bend in that front knee. Breathe in. When you release, let's go ahead and release the right palm onto that block. And then go ahead, inhale, draw your left shoulder and elbow up and back into a revolved triangle here. If you want to add on, you can lengthen the top arm up towards the sky and breathe. Taking notice, feeling the heat here. Where's your breath? How do you feel here? One more breath in. And then slowly bring your hands back. Square your hips. Bring your hands to your low back. Rebend that front leg. Pivot onto the back of your toes. And then we're going to come and float into warrior three here. Lengthen your arms above, or you can airplane the arms, palm facing down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then slowly inhale. Bring that right foot to meet the left. Reach up. And exhale. Release into your mountain pose. Facing the top of your mat. Bring your right hand to your waist and open up your left hand, palm facing up. Rooting down to that right foot. Bend that left leg behind you and catch the inside of that left foot with your left hand, okay? The inside, the arch, right? Staying here, breathe in, lengthen. Reach your arms up to the sky. Inhale again. If you want more intensity, you can hinge forward. You can stay here to add more heat. You can kick your hand against, your feet against your hand into dancer pose here. Reaching your right arm up. If you fall out of it, that's okay. Breathe here. It's a slight back bend at the same time. Rooting down. Notice what you notice. How does this pose feel to you? Where do you feel stable? Where do you feel wobbly? Where do you feel connected? And where do you feel your breath? Breathe in. And then slowly exhale. Come back up towards the sky. And we'll release. Shake it out. Bring your left hand to your waist and open up your right arm, palm facing up. Bending the right leg, catching the inside, using your right hand as that right foot. Rooting down. Stabilize. Anchor yourself first in that left foot. If you want to add on, go ahead and hinge forward. Lengthen your arms and then hinge forward. If you want to add intensity, go ahead and kick that foot out. Dancer pose here and breathe into it. Anchoring into that left foot, rooting down through all four corners of your foot. Breathe into it. Let your gaze draw down towards the earth, if that helps, to stabilize. Now check back in with your breath. How do you feel? Yoga is about sensations, so allow yourself to check in. Breathe into the breath. Breathe into your body. One more breath in. And then slowly come back up. Bring your hands down. Inhale, arms wide. Reach and stretch, and then go ahead for full swan dive all the way down. Inhale, come to halfway lift here. Exhale, plant the palms, and then actually sink and bend your knees and come onto your toes. So you're kind of like in a squat, but you're on your toes. Yeah, breathe into the soles here for a moment. And then slowly just sit all the way back down into your seat. And then hug your knees in. Hug it in here. Now bring your hands gently behind your ears. And then lengthen your right leg out as you draw your right elbow to that left knee. Inhale, bring that right knee in, left leg out, left elbow to right knee. So we're doing yogi bicycles here. Go ahead and alternate at your own pace. We're gonna do it for 1 minute here. Just breathe into it. And again, take notice. How do you feel? Is this your edge? Sometimes our mind travels. And when that happens, see what happens when you intentionally bring your focus back to your breath. Breathe here. Bicycle. Imagine you're going to a place. Imagine or visualize, where do you want to go? What is your ideal place that you would like to go today? What are you wearing? What is that vision of your best self? What does that look like as you're bicycling to your favorite place? 10 more here. 10 more seconds. And then go ahead, hug your knees in, release your feet down. And then we're gonna come into bridge pose here. Allow your feet to be hip width, draw your heels closer to your glutes. Inhale, float your hips up and up towards the sky, rooting down slightly more on the heels here. Option is to tuck the shoulder blades under and bring your hands underneath you to interlace them and pressing down on the outer edges of the hand. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, hold, rooting down through your foot, and allow your gaze to be up towards the sky. Relax your throat and breathe here. You can even close your eyes if that feels nice. Sometimes by turning off one sensation, it allows us to tap into the other sensations. So take a breath in, take a breath out. Another big full breath in, lift a little higher. And if you have your hands interlaced under you, go ahead and slowly release. And then exhale, come all the way down, one vertebra at a time. You can bring your feet wider than mat hip width and then windshield wipe them. Now for your second time, go ahead if you have a block. I want you to grab your block and bring it between your thighs, your knees. Bring your feet to hip width again. Hug the block with your knees. Take a big inhale and gently root down through your feet and float up back into your bridge pose here. Again, option to tuck the shoulder blades under, interlace the hands beneath you and press down. Continue to root down, at the same time hugging into that block. And as you hug into it, allow your glute to lengthen to the back of your knees here. Soften your throat. Notice your toes, maybe wiggle them as you root down through your heels. Breathe into it. One more full breath. And then slowly release and come all the way down to your back. And again, you can hug your knees in and do circles or windshield wipe your knees. However it is, to just release some tension in that low back. And then go ahead and hug your knees in and just rock and roll up and down. And then stay on your back and let's bend the knees, grab the outer edges and come into happy baby pose and rock side to side. So stay in happy baby pose, rock side to side. Go ahead and bring your knees together and just rock again up and down. Now this is gonna take some athleticism. So we're gonna rock up and down, all the way down, that we're gonna cross our ankle and bring ourselves forward into downward dog. So rock yourself all the way forward and bring yourself into downward dog. Excellent. Take a big breath in. And open mouth, exhale. Inhale, glide into your high plank here. Exhale, yogi's choice. As you lower, you can bring the knees down first and lower all the way down onto your belly. Now lengthen your arms alongside you, palm facing down. Take a big inhale and float your arms and legs off the earth into locust pose here. Draw your heart forward and breathe here. Stay lifted. Continue to breathe in and out as you stay lifted here. Continue to draw your fingertips. Imagine you're trying to reach your fingers towards your heels. Breathe in, breathe out. One more full breath. And as you exhale, slowly release. Make a pillow with your forearm and look over to the right side. You can wiggle your hips side to side if that feels nice. The second time, you have the option to stay in locust, or you can come and bend both knees and come into bow. Go ahead. Intentionally choose which one you want to come into. Inhale, lengthen your arms alongside you. If you want to come into bow, go ahead and bend the right leg in. Grab your right foot with your right hand. Bend the left leg in. Left hand with the left foot. Inhale, float your arms, your legs, everything off the floor and hold. Breathe in, lift a little higher. Breathe out and hold. Breathe in, lift higher. Exhale, hold. One more time. Full breath in, lift. And then slowly with control, gently release all the way down. Make a pillow with your forearm and look over to the left side. Take a big breath here. And a long exhale. Inhale, bring your hands next to your heart, next to your sides, and then press yourself into child's pose. Big toes together, knees wide, lengthen your arms above you. Let your forehead kiss the earth, spread your fingers wide, and let's take notice here. How does the mat feel underneath your palms? How does your forehead feel against the earth? How does your shin, your knees, your toes, the tops of your feet feel as the earth rises up to support your entire being? Take a big full breath in and a slow, long exhale out, sinking in. Inhale and bring yourself into downward dog. Inhale, float your right leg behind you, bend the knees and open up the hips here. At the same time, can you press evenly down through both palms? Breathe in, breathe out. On your next inhale, square the hips and then draw your right knee behind your right wrist, lengthening your back leg down into pigeon pose here. Tuck your back toe and then draw it, heel back, hold. Untuck that back toe. Your hands, you can stay on your hands. You can use the block to elevate the earth and meet up where you're at for your forearms, or you can come all the way down to the earth with your forearms and then release your forehead down. Taking a moment to soften into the earth. And know that you don't always have to hold yourself up. You have the support system. So use it, practice. Asking for help. Practice leaning into the support system around you. One more breath in. And then slowly come onto your hands if you're not already. Tuck your back toe. And then bring yourself back into your downward dog. Take a big breath in. Open mouth side out. Inhale, float your left leg behind you. Bend the knees and open up the hips here. And again, Can you root down evenly through both palms? Spread your fingers wide. One more breath in. One more breath out. Go ahead and inhale, squaring that hip, and then drawing your left knee behind your left wrist, coming into pigeon here. Tuck your back toe and draw your right heel back. Again, tuck it again and shift back, lengthening. Option is to stay on your hands. You can use your block. There's different heights for your block to bring the earth to meet up where you are at. Or you can come all the way down to your forearm, softening into this, taking notice. How do you feel right in this moment here? Maybe close your eyes and allow yourself to do a body scan from the crown of your head. How is your jaw? How are the shoulders, the glutes, the hips? And again, where is your breath? Take another breath in. And then slowly come back onto your hands. Tuck your back toe and bring yourself into downward dog. Let's inhale, glide, and release your knees down into tabletop. Cross at the ankle and sit back and lengthen your legs out in front of you. Sit up nice and tall here. Inhale, arms wide. Full breath in, stretch, and as you exhale, hinge at the hips forward, and then release your hands down alongside your feet. Flex your toes. Again, you can use your blocks to elevate the earth to meet where you're at. You can grab your toes. You can bring your hands onto your shin. And continue to shift your hip forward, and then release down. Breathe here. Can you draw your pinky toes closer to you? Your big toes. One more breath in here. One more breath out. On your next inhale, slowly come up to seated. And then bring the soles of your feet together into butterfly here. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, lift the heart, lengthen through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, hands forward and then release down. Option is you can use your blocks or a blanket to support your knees on both sides if your hips are especially tight, right? Again, breathe into it. Breathe and relax. Go ahead, slowly release any props underneath your knees, keeping your right leg bent in. Lengthen your left leg out. Half open split here. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, go ahead, turn your torso to face your left knee and then hinge forward. Forward fold here. Maybe land your hands or fingertips onto the earth and then feeling that lengthening of that right hip from your hip points all the way to the low back area, even to the back of the spine. Now, imagine breathing into that area. And as you exhale, staying lengthened and activated, just releasing any tension. The breath allows us to relax our muscles, to restore. So take this moment to intentionally restore yourself by using the breath, creating space. One more breath in, breath out. And then slowly inhale back to center, reach your arms up, turn to center, and then exhale, bring your left knee in and right leg out. Inhale, again, lengthen up the arms, turn your torso to face your right leg, and then hinge forward here. Allow your hands to land down, or they can be on a block. Now take notice on this side. How is the side body from the hip points feel compared to the other side? Through the practice, we practice taking notice of our body, how it feels on one side compared to the other. And by taking notice and understanding the sensations and how we feel, it's gathering data to see what we can do to try to strive for balance on both sides. So take a breath in here, breathing into that space without any judgment, but only with loving, conscious loving awareness. One more breath in here. One more breath out. And then slowly inhale your arms right up, back to center. Open both legs up. And then hinge forward and come all the way down toward the center. Release your palms down. Let your gaze follow. You can even release the head down if that feels nice. Flex your feet. And again, can you draw your pinky toes towards you? Breathing in, opening up the soles, creating space there. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then go ahead, slowly walk your hands up. Using your hands, bring it underneath your kneecaps and then lift them, bending your legs forward. And then hugging them in, hug it tight. Give yourself a nice big hug. Big breath in. And then when you exhale, come all the way down to your back. Come all the way down to your back and just kind of rock and roll again. Maybe rock side to side, circle it. One direction and the other direction. And then let's go ahead and plant our feet down, hip width. Draw your heels closer to your glutes. Have your block handy if you have your block, okay? We're gonna come into a supported bridge. If you don't have a block, we'll just do regular bridge pose again. Inhale, root down through your heels. As you lift your hips up, bring the block onto its lowest setting and place it underneath your low back, underneath your sacrum here. And then just release and let it go. Allow your hands to lengthen alongside you, palm facing up. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, just sink into the pose here. You have the option to lengthen your legs up towards the sky into a supported inversion here. So this is an option, okay? Your gaze is up towards the sky. Breathe here. And you can even do this against the wall. So if you don't have anything to support your legs, you can even sit close against the wall and then lengthen your legs up against the wall. It's a supported inversion. And sometimes inversions are good. Kind of just helps us re-regulate our energy up and down. Take a breath in. And then go ahead, slowly bring your feet down if they're up in the sky. Bending the knees, rooting down, lift your hips up and remove the block from underneath you. Go ahead and hug your knees in again. Rock side to side. Go ahead and open your arms out into a T and bring both knees to the left side. Into a spinal twist. Breathe here. And then on your next inhale, come to center. And then bring both knees to the other side. Spinal twist here. Again, just taking notice, how does this feel? Can you, with each breath out, can you just let your body sink a little bit deeper, let it relax a little bit more? Go ahead and inhale back to center. Hugging both knees in. Keeping the right knee hugged in. Lengthen your left leg out down towards the earth. So keep your right leg hugged in. Beautiful. Hug the right knee in. Maybe bring your forehead to kiss the right knee. And then release your forehead back down. And then using your left hand, place your left hand on top of your left thigh. And then using your right hand, guide that right knee slightly open up at a diagonal. So bringing that right knee closer to your right armpit. Yeah, into like a slight hip opener here. And that leg on the floor, can you flex that left foot? And continue to draw the heel away from you. Pressing down, breathing here, softening your low back down towards the earth. You can close your eyes if that feels nice. And slowly bring that right knee back to center. And then hug your left knee in. Keeping the left knee hugged in, lengthen your right leg down towards the earth. Using that right hand, place it on top of that right thigh. And then using your left hand, guide that left knee slightly at a diagonal towards your left armpit. That leg on the floor, can you flex that right foot, drawing your heel away from you? Breathe in, lift, and as you exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Feeling the opening, creating space. Relax your jaw. Relax your stomach. And then slowly inhale back to center. Hug both knees in. Hug it tight as you can. Maybe float that forehead back up and kiss the knees and hug it here. Fold it into a tight ball. Take a big breath in. And I want you to hold that breath. Hold that breath. Hold that breath. Hold it. Hold it. And then go ahead and slowly exhale, release. Bring your legs down towards the earth. Lengthen your arms alongside you, palm facing up. Take a breath in and allow your eyes to soften to a close. Maybe slightly tuck your shoulder blades under, float your forehead up and back down. Take a big breath in, feel your heart open. And a long exhale as you soften your body down towards the earth into the last pose of our practice, Savasana. Let the space between your eyes soften. Allow your jaw to unclench and release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Allow your shoulder blades to soften deeper into the earth, feeling your heart being supported as it lands safely into that safe container of your body. Allow your fingertips to naturally curl in slightly. And notice the heaviness of your hips, your quads, your calves, and your feet, and just let them melt and fall to the sides. If you drifted away, slowly bring your attention back to your breath. Begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers. And inhale and reach your arms overhead to give yourself another final stretch and heart opener. And as you exhale, hug your knees in and say thank you. Celebrate yourself. Keeping the eyes closed, go ahead and roll onto either side in fetal position and pause here for a moment. And in this moment, again, when we come into stillness, allow yourself to take notice of the sensations you're feeling within the mind, the heart, your soul, your spirit. And ask yourself, how do you feel? Keeping the eyes closed, when you're ready, gently press yourself to a seated pose. Bring your hands over to your heart. Take a big breath in and feel and notice your heart lift. And as you exhale, knowing that it's being protected and that you are grounded. My mission is to heal my mind with wisdom and to infuse my body with love. Fall in love with yourself. It all starts from within. Embrace letting go to live your life wild and authentic, just as you are, with power and purpose. Move your body, reward your soul, love yourself harder, and thrive because you can. Go ahead and bring your palms together to heart center. Take another full breath in. Full breath out, drawing the corners of your mouth up and smile. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. May love, peace, freedom thrive inside you. May you feel it, may you live it, and may you share it with the world. Namaste. Let me stop recording.